Hello, Steve 89. Well, it's interesting to see how America is responding to the January 6th hearings. It seems a whole bunch of people just weren't paying attention when this happened, and I guess they were watching Fox News or something, and they have no idea all these things that we sort of, other people who've been paying attention, sort of aware happened. But to see like 20 million people, I think, in America are now watching these live hearings. They're not daily, but they've been, I think they've done 3 days so far. And it's just kind of fascinating to see all these people reacting like, what, this happened? I'm like, where were you? But yeah, it's just fascinating to see how America responds to the media, how people sort of, for the most part, sit in their echo chambers, in their little bubbles, and it's really not until something big happens, like the hearings that they're showing from the committee, like on broadcast TV, that people have actually sort of stepped out of their bubbles to go, oh, better watch this, and actually are seeing things that they had not been exposed to, they had not been told about. So, I mean, it's been compared to Watergate because they had live hearings for that as well. And a lot of people, again, didn't know what was happening until they saw those. And there were convictions out of that. The only reason why apparently Nixon didn't get charged was because he asked for a pardon and he got it. And I'm like, wow, the idea of a pardon shocks me. The idea of the Fifth Amendment, of pleading the Fifth, shocks me as well. It's like, I can understand incriminating yourself or saying nothing, but not having this option of saying, well, I choose not to incriminate myself. Okay, I've never understood that. I don't know if we can do that in Australia. I've never gone to court like that, so I've never worked out if that's just an American thing or not. But I just find it really fascinating that there are so many people who suddenly now are seeing like the truth and seeing all these things that happened. And some of it I sort of knew of, but it's also shocking to see actual footage of things. You sort of heard about Pence having to run and hide and all this sort of stuff, but actually seeing the footage and seeing where he was and all this sort of stuff, and getting a timeline of when, who said this, and seeing a lot of the video of the insurrectionists and the rioters and all that, and still realizing that there are people who actually were gaslighting, that these people were just touring, they were just having a look at the Capitol, that like nothing bad, there was no violence, it was just love and just support, and all these people were just there to support Donald Trump. And the reality of what it really was, the fact that people somehow didn't see that, even though it was all over the news at the time with the footage they had, and now they've got more footage that they've gotten through the hearings and the committee and the research and everything, and now it's all on TV and people are seeing it and going, oh wow, I didn't realize that was what was happening, or that it was that bad. It's just really shocking to realize just how much people live in their little bubbles, and I'm finding it fascinating to see people reporting on the fact that people are actually hearing it now. It's just kind of interesting, and I'm going to go. I just sort of wanted to comment on that because it's just a big moment in American history, I think. Realizing that there's apparently evidence that certain people tried to commit a coup. That short of one person actually just saying, no, I'm not going to do that, they may have actually achieved it. And how scary that is that they came that close. If one person had not had a moment of integrity, we could be living in a very different world right now. It's very scary. But I'm going to go before I get in trouble with this video, because you can't talk about anything on YouTube without people attacking you. And yep, I'm going to go. Bye.